diligently and who are so committed to the work of public service. We thought we would use a couple of these days to ensure that those of you that are thinking about public service, it's a wonderful career path. And those of you that have served in public service, kudos and thanks to you for being here. All right. And so today we're honoring some awesome people who have done awesome work in leadership and mentorship, in human resources in various capacities. And I am so excited to have to join me in the celebration to get it going, the lovely Kimberly Hall Wagner, who she says, oh, today I'm not quite myself, but you come on the screen looking amazing. So I am honored that you are here. Thank you, Kim, for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Marcus. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate your being here. You're such a stellar example of leadership in this day and time, and you're a person that doesn't clamor for the limelight, but the work that you do continues to bring light to you. I mean, the work that you've done through this pandemic to help employees pivot and still be able to provide the level of service to our citizens has been nothing short of amazing. So happy National Public Service Recognition to you. And I must admit, one of our core values is integrity and ethics. So I try to be as honest as possible, but I asked you to come on to acknowledge Valerie, and I do want you to do that in a moment, but I'm bringing some people on to honor you. So I had to fake it. I had to tell you, I didn't lie, but I did tell you that I want you to honor Valerie, and I do, and I will give that opportunity for you to do that. But when we think about the city's core values and we think about collaboration and diversity, equity, inclusion, and they say opportunity now, when we think about customer centric and we think about accountability and we think about workplace safety and security, and our website now says we stand for those values. And ma'am, you live those values. You do more than stand for them. You do more than be an advocate for them. You do more than represent them. You live them. And so I wanted to bring on a few folks that are here in the waiting room. I'm going to start to admit them now to join us.
You got it.
Let you know, I hope they're all coming on camera and they all know that they're going to be on camera. So it wouldn't go well any other way. So they're all going to be on camera because we wanted you to know how much we appreciate the work that you do. So I have joining me now, lovely faces on screen. I was Kim teasing Deborah that I get to see her with today I get to see the face and those cool glasses. I'm gonna have to outdo you, Deborah, and find some cool red glasses.
It's Friday.
Also, the lovely Linda Alexander, lovely Melanie Williams, and Bridget Lamar, whose face I hope we get to see very shortly. All right, and I see Starlet Barrett is joining us. So for those that are watching, whether you're watching us on LinkedIn Live or Twitch TV, YouTube events, or Facebook Live, this is a part of the most dynamic team in human resources and in the city. And people will fight me, and I'm going to say, fight me, meet me out on Mac. But these are exceptional members of our team, and we are led by Kimberly Hall Wagner, who is the city's chief policy officer, who has been committed for over 20 years to the city, and now is the chairperson of the pension board, the general pension board as well. So we wanted to celebrate you, Kim. And as I mentioned, you embody all of the values of collaboration and opportunity, diversity, inclusion, and equity, and accountability, and customer centric, and workplace safety and security. All of those are values that you embody every day. And so I wanted some other people to come on and share that same sentiment. Starlet, we're going to need your camera on. I'm looking online. I'm like, there's this black box, Starlet.
Oh my God.
All right. Okay. So I would say Bridget, because Bridget is known her the longest, but I don't see Bridget's face yet. So I'm going to wait until she works that out. I'm going to toss it to Linda Alexander, who's a part of our operations team. And Linda, I've mentioned all of these values, and I know you've worked with Kim for a number of years. Share with us why we should be recognizing her today for Public Service Recognition.
Oh my God. Well, first of all, I didn't know I was going to have to give a speech, but it's not hard to talk about Kim. Uh, Kim has been very instrumental, not just in my life with the, being at the city of Detroit, but, I see how she has down through the years worked with so many people in helping them. When we were in the office on a regular basis, you could hardly keep people out of Kim's office because they would come to Kim for her wisdom, her advice, for her help, for her knowledge. She would move and maneuver things to try to help people, in their positions and, just so many things. She's just such a wealth of knowledge. And the beautiful part is that she's a willing person to help. She doesn't do it grudgingly. She does it willingly because she loves to help people. And that's, I guess, the service in her. That service, I'm trying to say servant service, or, if you can kind of get what I'm trying to say, but it's a part of her. And she loves to help people. And Kim, I thank you so much. You helped me all along the way. When you first came down to HR from Human Rights, I remember like some of our very first encounters and, situation that was going on with, I think we were having like a job fair or something like that over at Coble Hall. And you were like, you were in my corner from there, and it's just been so many things and too numerous. I don't want to take up too much time because it's easy to talk about Kim, and it's so many things can be said. I appreciate you. I love you. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Sincerely thank you and appreciate you for everything that you've done, everything that you do, everything I know that you're going to do, because I know it's going to be for the good of not only our department, but for the city of Detroit as a whole. God bless you, and I love you.
That is awesome. And thank you for that, Linda. You're right. She is customer centric. She is people centric. I tell her that all the time. That's one of her greatest strengths is empathy. She meets people, meets no strangers. And then they're all in her office. They're all so loud, I can hardly work. I have to make that up. I just had to make that up. It was just fun.
Since you said that, let me add one other thing. I had to bring a tissue box for her office.
Yeah. I believe it because people are just drawn to her because she cares for people. That's her heart. And she will vote. I said in another forum, she votes for the underdog because she is always an advocate for those that she feels that are underrepresented. So I love that. And you mentioned that job fair when she came back to Human Resources, because of course, she had a stint with us before she left us and came back.
Yeah.
She conducted a job fair with thousands of people. She coordinated the entire job fair. And I know recruitment is saying we're hiring tons of people, but we outdid all of those hire records back then. But, friendly competition. But Kim had coordinated for the entire city, cross-functional teams, and it was an amazing job fair. And thank you for bringing that up, Linda. I'm going to go over to these red glasses. I just can't get past them, Deborah. I'm going to come to you. And I know you're a newer member of our team, but I want you to join in this trumpeting of Kim, who we absolutely admire and appreciate. So thank you, Deborah Williams, for joining us today.
Well, thank you, Marcus, for acknowledging my red glasses. That's what I'm known for. I appreciate it, but I do have to tell Kim thank you very much, because Kim may not realize it, but she made a wonderful impression on me when I had the opportunity to apply for positions within the Human Resource Department at the city. And I will say that the kind person that Kim showed me she was during my interview has absolutely translated to the kindness that she continues to show me as an employee. And I've never felt like a stranger to Kim. Her encouraging words, her supportive words. I just want you to know, Kim, that they have not gone unnoticed. And in addition to them not going unnoticed, they have truly made an impact on me. And so for that, I say thank you. I look forward to continuing my employment with the city of Detroit, because you and Marcus, I will not leave Marcus out, as well as Melanie and Ben and everybody else, has made this a very smooth transition for me. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much for that.
And it's all sincerely said, and I really mean that from the bottom of my heart.
I
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Deborah. I'm going to write that down for the time I ask you to do something that you absolutely don't want to do. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to Starlet. I know she's not feeling the best today. Her and Kim are a little under the weather, but we're grateful that they are here. And it is happy Public Service Recognition Week. I don't even think I've seen your face, Starlet. So it's like with Deborah. You got the red hair. She's got the red glasses. I love it. I love it. And so Starlet is a part of our operations team as well. And thank you for your contributions and service.
Excuse me.
Tell us about your interactions with our chief, Shira Kim.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Can you all hear me?
Nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hi,
okay.
Charlotte.
I just want to say that Kimberly Hallwagner, our Chief of Policy Planning and Operations, she has a very beautiful spirit. She is one person. She doesn't stand for any mess. She's straight to the point. She's not going to let you tell her no about anything. She's going to make sure if it's something that you need to do, something that's going to progress you in a position or whatever, she's going to push you to do it. And Kim know what I'm talking about. So it was funny. We just had a while back. It was a conversation about something. I said, Kim, what? She said, yes, you're going. I said, oh, okay. And it has helped me. I can't say that. It has helped me. So I do. I'm very appreciative of that. So I just wanted to say, and also some other times she's encouraged me to do some things that will help me in my growth. And I want to say that I do appreciate Kim for that. She's a wonderful person, sweet personality, and I think she's very beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm glad you're my chief, my head of policy planning and operations. And also Marcus, I want to thank you too for being the management of policy planning and operations, and you're quite appreciated too. And I want to thank you all for my wonderful gifts. I am so elated. They give beautiful gifts, and hey, what more can you ask for?
Thank you. That's so kind of you too, Starla. I'm writing that down now. I'm gonna write it. I'm getting some points for later.
Okay.
But those beautiful gifts really are an extension of to what Deborah said, who Kim is. That she is a giver all the time, and she is responsible for the energy that she brings into an interaction all of the time. So Deborah, you're right. What you got in an interview is what you're going to get all of the time for all of the years that you're going to stay on our team exclusively. Nobody else can have you, right? You and Melanie aren't going to be searching around to go to other places. But seriously, that's who Kim is. And those beautiful gifts that Starlet is talking about for those that are viewing online, Kim came up with those ideas, and she's always pushing me to be creative, but she is the most creative on the team. And so she has an eye for beautiful things, an eye for gifts. And so those beautiful trinkets, I love to steal the credit, but I'm going to live out integrity and ethics and say it was all Kim. It was all Kim. But we do appreciate you, and thank you for that, Starlet. I'm going to go to Melanie, who's also new to our team, one of the new management members of our team for the HRIS team, who has been rocking it along with all the other members of the team. Melanie, tell us a little bit about your interaction with Kim.
So first, I have to say that I just have to thank Kim because she cares so much about her team. And as I've been new and I've already stepped on a few toes, but Kim was already there protecting me, providing cover, calling me to say, it's okay. I'm going to talk to these people and smooth everything over because I didn't know. So I just want to thank you for caring enough about me personally, as well as my career to help me kind of navigate the city of Detroit, being a new person, a new manager, and trying to get things done. I really appreciate that. That's something that you don't always get. You know, I've spent years in corporate America, and you don't always get that cover. And I know that comes from your heart as a person, and I appreciate that. And you were so instrumental, even when I was going through my hiring process, similar to Deborah, to make me feel like I'm going to fit right in on day one. Like, this is a person that I can work with. This is a person that I can report to, and I want to help. And you just, it really stood out when you have interviews and you're talking to people, and then you connect with someone so great. it makes a big difference in your decisions. And I do not regret my decision. And Marcus, I don't plan on going anywhere. So get used to me. But just thank you for that. Like I said, I know you saved me and I don't even know about it. And I just thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. That you're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And Melanie, so good to hear that you're not going anywhere. We're not letting you go, right? But you're right. Kim is a fierce advocate for those on her team. And I don't know if it's just been that way all the time or if I helped her to build those chops, because she's had to fight a lot of battles for me. But she is a fierce advocate for covering her team and ensuring that her team is represented, presented, and preserved. And so I echo that sentiment as well. Thank you so much. Bridget Lamar Jackson, now I see that you're here in the room, but I don't see your camera. So I don't know. I'm gonna give you a second before I move on. I want to have you have an opportunity, because you also served under Kim some time ago, to share a little bit. Are you with us? Okay, I don't hear anything. So I mentioned all of these core values that I believe that Kim embodies. And one of them I think she has to embody every day is the collaboration. And anybody in the room knows that she has to work across so many different divisions, but even within our own hub, right? Because HRIS has its own body of work to some degree. Policy has its own body of work. Planning has its own body of work, and operations has its own body of work. And so Kim leads the charge of all of this cross-functional interaction to make sure that everybody is a part of what's happening. Anybody want to talk any more about that aspect of it, the collaboration? Because it's one of our values organization-wide, but Kim lives that value. And I think I've heard some of that as a thread, but anybody want to share any more about collaboration? Not everybody at once.
I think Kim definitely helps us collaborate with other departments. I'm still learning, and like I said, she's really provided that cover. And for HRIS, we have a lot to do, and I want to help everybody, but Kim kind of keeps us focused on, we want to help, but we can't give everything to everybody based on what they want. So she really encouraged us to understand their requirements, but then kind of fit them within our own goals and our own requirements. And I think that's really important for us to have success, because I know sometimes I need that support to get me back into, let's stay focused on what we need, because we don't want to fail and we don't want to promise the world to everyone. So I appreciate that. But she still encouraged us to talk and to understand the requirements and do whatever we can for those other departments.
Yeah.
Yep.
I echo that, Melanie. That's so on point. She almost even killed delivers, not even or even kill promises, rather, not over promises. She over delivers, but she almost has this gift about promising right at a level where all of these competing priorities meet in a sweet spot, right? And when you think about HR having just this modest $14 million budget, wish it was 34 million. She's become a master of ensuring that we align these projects and sometimes these rogue projects, bringing them back in so that, to your point, we can be able to promise what we can actually deliver. And we always end up over delivering. And of course, shout out to HRIS, you guys are doing that. Shout out to operations, shout out to policy. But that's all part of what I call the genius of Kim. It's being able to message it in a way so that people's expectations are managed through the messaging. And so I think she does a brilliant job of that. And I think that's very important where we're competing for dollars, at least in our organization, in the public sector, we're always competing for dollars, right? And so how you use those dollars and how you manage how those competing priorities are funded are key. And so thank you for that. Thinking about accountability, which is another one of those, this is the queen of accountability, right? And not accountability to micromanage, but accountability for you to have some introspection about Are you delivering what you say you will deliver? Are you measuring it to see? Can anybody talk anything about accountability with Kim Hall Wagner? I know that I can, but I want to give the opportunity for others to share.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Kim. Look, I was busy. Sorry for they called me in the door. You know, HR never stops.
Never.
And that's the accountability. I met Kim back in, I won't tell because you know we both are only 25.
That's right.
And just the accountability and ensuring that you know that you're accountable and responsible and being a true public servant. So I want to say I've learned so much to you and what it is to be a true public service and to be accountable, good, bad, or indifferent. And thank you for growing us as managers. And I love you dearly. Just the accountability. I mean, you think I think about it from the law department to civil rights to human resources, the various positions that she's held. She's always been accountable and responsible for her and her team in a professional but caring manner. And to have a manager that cares about you as an individual, Kim, you just don't know how much that means. And I will forever thank you for it.
Thank you, Bridget. Let me wrap a little bit of context around it for our team who may not have met you because you served on the HR team before some of these people have joined us.
Okay.
And for those that are viewing, Bridget and I started the city around the same time, almost I think a week or two apart. And so we were consultants. And then this, I'm going to say without falling out with Eddie, this pretty attorney came to human resources, right? And she wasn't just pretty and smiling and nice. She was smart as a whip, as my dad would say. My dad used to say, "You're smart as a whip." And she would come in and ask questions. Though her background was more law and employment law, she had these interesting process questions during a time where we really had to get process right for the tons of layoffs and displacement that we were doing, and the various sets of nuances within rules of 46 different bargaining units. So that was an interesting aspect of our work. And then we had to go hire people after we were laying people off. But Kim came during that time, and Bridget and I were employee services consultants, or human resources consultant was the title. And so from that time, we became managers in the same group. And at a point, Kim was the general manager. And so she has been instrumental in helping to develop, to Bridget's point, helping to groom us for the next level. And thankfully, as she went up, we kind of went up too. And so Bridget is a manager with the Police Bureau of Human Resources, and we're proud of the work that she is doing over there. So I wanted to wrap in some of that context for people to see. Now, that doesn't mean, Melanie, we want you to go to police. We're not saying that. We're not saying that, Deborah. We're not saying that. We're not saying that to y'all. We're saying there are opportunities when you're under a leader who is caring about you, as Bridget said, helps to see you to develop to go to your next level. So I just wanted to wrap a little bit of context because I'm not sure that Deborah and Melanie have even had a chance to meet Bridget. Maybe you have because you guys are doing stuff with police. But Bridget, we call each other colleague, and we worked on a team with Kim, and I'm telling you, I'm going to have a whole chapter dedicated to that time in the book. I'll just use different names. I'll use different names.
Please.
Anybody want to add? And I'm sure everybody can add because you've kind of said it. When we think about opportunity, diversity, inclusion, and equity, and I'm wrapping into that access and belonging, because when you say inclusion, to me, it says that you get a seat at the table. But you really have access when you're at the table and you can have drinks with the CEO, or you get invited to golf, or you have actual time, quality time with the leader. And so I know Kim provides that quality time, as you heard Linda say, tissue included, right, Linda? For anybody that will come in. And I mean, it's not just employees and human resources. It's not just her colleagues. It's, folks from the service departments as well who have come to her for counsel. So as we come to the end of this 30 minutes, can anybody talk to, or anybody that wants to talk to, about Kim's ability to work and make everybody feel that they belong without regard to what your status is, be it
And-
race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Marcus, I have somebody here with me that would love to say hello and to speak about Kim also. And I'm gonna go like this here. Hello, everybody. It's Alicia.
Oh,
Hey, Kim.
Hi, Alicia.
How are you? How's everybody? This is the most wonderful, wonderful lady. She really is. I've had the pleasure of working with her before. She was my director. I enjoyed working with Kim. Lovely lady, lovely lady. And you keep up the good work. You touch everybody you touch, something positive happens. I've just noticed that everybody you touch, something positive has happened in their lives, and a lot of positive things have happened in my life. Thank you very much, and congratulations to you.
Thank you, Alicia.
thank you, Aletha, for joining us. And thank you, Bridget. That was so timely. Thank you so much. Kim, I'm gonna turn it over to you. We're right at 12:28. Again, I didn't lie to you. You are gonna get a chance to say something nice for Valerie, who doesn't know that she's coming up next. Valerie thinks that she is coming to honor you. You thought you were coming
Oh
to
my
honor her,
goodness.
and we were able to do both. So
Wow.
I need Monday off for trying this. I need
Oh
Monday
my
off.
God, you're not getting Monday off. I'm gonna hold you accountable for not being honest now. Come on.
All right.
But Marcus, you know, this is probably the only way you would have gotten me on here. I think all of you know, and Deborah maybe, and Melanie, maybe you don't, but I don't do well with public praise. Because it's not coming from that place, you know, it's just who I am and how God made me. And for years I struggled with, why am I so caring? So I will say that this is a wonderful compliment and a confirmation as to why God has made me the way he has, and to be the leader that I am. And I could not thank all of you enough for your kind words. I mean, I was over here like, oh my God, stop. But you know what? God just saw fit. And Marcus, thank you for leading the charge for me to hear some of these things. And so that I just know that it's not in vain, and that what I do really does matter. Sometimes it's hard being at the top. You don't get a lot of praise all the time. And so you kind of get used to not getting it. And so I just really want to thank you all for your kind words. I really do care about each and every person that I work with sincerely, your personal lives. If there's any way I can help you grow, as Aletha mentioned, I mean, her was it her grandniece? I mean, Girl Scout troops, I'm doing everything. I don't have boundaries when it comes to work. If I know you, I love you, and that's just my nature. And so thank you. Just thank you all for these wonderful words. I'm really not feeling the greatest, and this has definitely provided a bit of sunshine that I needed today. So thank you all. Thank you, Mark, so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
You are so deserving of this
So-
and so much more. You are an outstanding.
So deserving.
And if anybody watches this and are wondering whether or not public service is the place to be, I think next to the name of public service should be Kimberly Hall Wagner. People who are committed to serving others and creating an environment where people are valued and they belong. And so if anybody is applying or thinking about applying to the city of Detroit in any capacity, I think you should consider today's content as an invitation for you to explore it further. There are wonderful career paths and multiple lines of business, and it is customer people centric. And we have that to thank for many people, but among them, Kimberly Hall Wagner. So to all of you, happy National Public Service Recognition Week, especially to you, Kim, but to all of you serving.
Absolutely.
And to anybody that's watching, thank you so much. Kim, hang around. Everybody else, thank you for joining us. I'm going to be bringing in the next group, so thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thanks, Marcus.
Yep, hang in there, Kim.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Yes.
Happy birthday, Charlie. We'll see you.
Feel better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I'll be praying for you.
I appreciate it.
All right. I'm
Marcus,
bringing
my computer is going to reboot, so I'm going to run upstairs to my other computer, but I'll be jumping on real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
And Valerie Colbert, I'm looking for your face on the screen. I don't see it as yet. There you are. Hello there.
Hi.
How are
Hi,
you?
Linda.
Hey,
I'm good.
Valerie.
One of my favorite people on the planet.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
One of my favorite too.
All right. And so Valerie, one of our, as you know, core values is integrity and ethics. And in another forum, I said how much I think you lead in that area among all of the values. You embody them all, but that one especially. So I couldn't not follow behind that with trying to be with integrity and ethics. So I did invite you, and I am giving you an opportunity to talk about Kim, but this 12:30 to 1 is really about you. So I've invited some people to come to share
Now
about
that's
you.
a surprise.
That's what I intended. So I'm
Okay.
bringing them into the room to come and to share some words about you.
Okay. Well, thank you. This is very much a surprise. Okay. See some of my favorite people popping on.
Yes,
My
they
team.
are.
Even my brother from the other side of the table.
That is correct.
And my little sis, who I love dearly, Kim Wagner.
Yes. All right, so they are coming in. All right, I'll give everybody a chance to come on screen. Thank you all so much, and a special shout out to Sheila for getting everybody here. Thank you, Sheila. You are a wonder. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay, so we have so many folks joining us, and as I was sharing in the first half hour, and we are live, just in case anybody didn't know that, we're live on LinkedIn Live, Twitch TV, YouTube events, Facebook Live. So just want to make sure everybody's aware of that. But almost all of the labor relations team is here. And as you mentioned, one of our favorite labor partners is here, D'Angelo Malcolm. And so we've talked in the last half hour as we were talking with Kim Wagner about our core values. And I'm just going to ask you to jump in. We talked about collaboration, right? And I think all of these are values that Val embodies. She lives them. We say we stand for these values, but she lives these values. Accountability, workplace safety and security, diversity, opportunity, inclusion, and equity, and customer-centric. Who wants to speak about Val in any of these core values or anything that's on your heart to say as we're celebrating National Public Service Recognition Week?
I'll start.
Thank you, Anita Berry.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Val.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Val. So, Val, when I hear other employees complaining about their bosses from hell, I thank God that that is nothing I have to do with, that I have to deal with. Your style of management, it allows me to be open, honest, and creative in my work. You don't hover, nor do you micromanage. You are a compassionate leader, and you always find time to listen to me when I'm going through issues, whether they're work-related or personal issues. I love it that you always find time to pray with me and for me, especially when I'm going through personal issues. You give me advice, and I always listen, and I usually act on the advice that you give me. I love and respect your vast knowledge of the labor law subject matter, and I look forward to working under your leadership for my last 1 to 2 years with the city of Detroit.
You mean you're going to leave us?
She says that today. We'll see.
Does that mean that you're going to leave boxes of chocolate with Sheila for me to get when I go down? Who's going to do the chocolate?
Marcus.
Nothing else.
Of course, Marcus.
Okay.
Course.
All right. Then maybe you can leave after we get a sign off on the chocolates. We need a memorandum of understanding.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I got you.
Thank you for that. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Thank you, Anita Ellsworth.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I just want to say I really appreciate Val so much. She's the greatest boss I've had thus far by far. She's very awesome to work with, easygoing, God-fearing, and stern when she needs to be. And I value and respect her opinion. She's always fair, and she's always about doing the right thing. I noticed that she loves to read, sometimes too much. Those opinions can be long, Val, okay? But I appreciate that because in her reading, she's learning and she's also, teaching us and helping us and giving us the latest information, which helps us to stay sharp in what we're doing, right? So that's always appreciated. And the really, really big thing I really love about Val is how supportive she is with us as labor relations administrators, because our job is not easy oftentimes. We're met with a lot of negative things from our clients, from some of the departments, unfortunately. And she's always there to support us in our decisions because they're not often met with a lot of favor. People want to do what they want to do, right? And sometimes it's just not right. So when I say that, I appreciate that because she gives me the latitude to say what I need to say and the support. And I know that she always has my back in doing it because the departments sometimes don't want to hear that tough love that we give them. So she's very enjoyable to work with, and it makes it a great place to work. And for that, I really appreciate Val for that.
Thank you so much, Anita. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Hi, Val. So I think maybe next to D'Angelo, I've known Val the longest here at the city. Maybe. No, maybe not. Maybe Anita, you might have me. But I will say she's been my boss the longest out of everybody. And Valerie, I could go on and on. But one thing I will say is that she changed my life. And that's not an understatement. She changed my life. When I started with the city, I was a little Black attorney at a white firm that didn't get many opportunities to do much. And when I came here and I was able to pick between employment or the municipal group, and I said, Valerie Colbert, that sounds like a good name. I'm gonna go over there. And here I see this sister, wasn't expecting it, who, was about to show me a whole new world and build confidence in ways that I could never imagine. And it wasn't just that she believed in me, but I saw myself in her and I said, oh, I could be like that. I want to be like that. Look how she handled that case. Oh, look at her talk to the judge like that. I mean, Val is an expert. She is a jurist. And just like you said, she loves to read. Her understanding that probably a few on the Supreme Court to this day would never even have, that ability to understand case law. She has just inspired me legally as an attorney. To grow and be confident. But then we formed a friendship and a sisterhood that I prayed for. I'm the only child. And so Val has taken on the role as my big sister, as my mentor, as my prayer warrior. And she is just an all around phenomenal person. And one thing I love about Val is she loves people. She loves the citizens of Detroit. She loves our employees. Even D'Angelo being here is a testament of how she interacts with people, even in an adversarial role. She commands respect, she gives respect. And I just could not take another moment and not tell you, Val, how much I appreciate you, how much I love you, and thank you for all of the countless ways, excuse me, I'm not getting choked up, that you have helped the city of Detroit. I know, because I've been there a good majority of the time. So if don't nobody know, I'm gonna tell you. Valerie Colbert has helped us save millions of dollars, has helped, right the wrongs of some of the things that we've done at the city. And I just look forward to working with you and for you for many years to come.
Thank you so much. Don't get me crying. That's my little sister right there.
Yeah.
She inspires me too.
That's why I didn't trick you all, but I had to figure out a way to get you both here because neither of you clamor for praise. So I thought I would be honest in saying Kim is coming to honor you and you're coming to honor her. I just prayed that you all weren't confiding in each other to share it. That would have blew it. So thank you so much for that. Who wants to go next?
Can I go next?
Absolutely.
All right. Hello, everyone. Val. I'm new to the city. I'm new to labor relations. So thank you so much for the opportunity you have given me to be part of labor relations. And I want to thank you for challenging me to rethink the conventional way of doing things. and not conforming to the pressure, the whims of customers we service from all sides, whether it be management, whether it be union, whether it be employees. And I appreciate your support, your encouragement, your willingness to help all of us in any situation. It's been really encouraging to hear what an awesome boss you are. Me getting closer to end of my probation, that's highly encouraging. I look forward to learn and grow in labor relations with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shameless plug, a shameless plug.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. I haven't known Val as long as you guys, some of you guys have, but I have to say that the time that I have known her, she's been an awesome boss. She's been really good. And like everyone said, very supportive. It's a pleasure to work with her. Beverly and I came up together with something that we wanted to say to Val, how we feel.
Uh-oh,
Yes.
Bev.
Come on, Bev.
Hi. Okay, well, on what everybody said, that's our heart too. So I'm not going to repeat it. Believe me, that's our heart too. But what I do want to say is what Val has taught us. There was a quote that I had posted because it just meant so much to me. And I feel like Val does this for us. And it's a quote from Christine Kane that says, to build a strong team, you must see someone else's strength as a compliment to your weakness, not a threat to your position or authority. And Val has continuously made sure that's the type of team we are.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
We all, you know, we all in this together. So
Thank
that's
you.
more or less, you are welcome. But that's what me and Sheila wanted to make sure that was told, that we are a team and we appreciate how you have made us a team.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. I'm the newest one. I'm the kid on the block. But when I applied for this position, I looked up Val and I was in awe by what I saw. And then the energy I received from her is so beautiful. And I'm going to start crying. It just eludes within this office. And I have been awesomely embraced by everyone here, where she has given me the opportunity where I was before my light was dimmed. And now I'm able to shine ever so brightly. And I'm able to be me and to be the best version of me because of her. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, Melanie, don't start that now.
I've already started it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Shine, Melanie got tears, and I don't know, she might get to her probation.
No, Val just gave me my 3-month evaluation, so I was crying about that this morning.
Hey, but Val, she makes her cry, I make her laugh.
I love it.
Great balance. I'm going to go to Linda next. I know Linda has great admiration for you, Val, so I'm going to go to her next and then save D'Angelo for last.
I do have great admiration for my Valerie. Oh my goodness.
For my Linda.
When I was still in college, and I had a labor relations class, and I had to get some information for my paper. And I reached out to Valerie, and Valerie, oh my goodness, she imparted to me, and you could feel her love for labor relations. I mean, it just exudes out of her. She's like, I could talk to you all day. She gave me so much information for my paper. She was just so willing and so kind. Valerie and I, we got a history with coming up in the same neighborhood, the same high school. And I just love Valerie. She's just always, so welcoming, so warm. When I would come in her office, we could sit and talk. And she's just very down to earth, just very down to earth. And And I see her great leadership, just like with Kim. I mean, you know, they have that beautiful spirit in them. Both of them, they have that beautiful spirit in them that welcomes people. I'm reading this book right now about how you say it. And it talks a part that I'm reading right now about how your body language, how your voice and all of those things help communicate. And it talks about the temperature of your communication. Is it cold? Is it warm? You know, when you walk in a room, you know, do you feel warmth when that person comes into the room? Or do you feel a coldness when that person comes in the room? You know, and it's warm with Kim and with Valerie. When you walk into the room with them, it's warm, it's welcoming, you know, and that's what exudes out of them. I think this is a wonderful opportunity to that Marcus has done to give a shout out to both Kim and to Valerie, because we do want to give our kind words and appreciation to people while they can hear them. You know, so many of us, I mean, are going through so many things. I mean, I've had so many deaths in my family and friends I didn't even tell Marcus and Kim about. I just didn't even, because they wouldn't believe it. They would just think I'm making it up. Just a couple of weeks ago, we had 3 in my family, and we had to go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday to 2 that were family. And it's just so much going on in so many people's lives. You want to encourage people as much as you can, because you don't know what people are going through, what they're experiencing. They may not tell you. They may look at you and smile, but you don't know if they're hurting or what they're dealing with. And so I think this is a beautiful opportunity to say, Valerie, I love you. I thank God for you. I appreciate you. I love the person that you are. Kim, I love you. Thank God for you. Love the person that you are. I just appreciate all of you. I love everybody that I work with. It's like what Kim said, for me to know you, I just love you. That's just my personality. You know, I just love on everybody. And I just thank God for all of you. Thank you for being instrumental in my life, helping me get that cum laude degree with all of your labor law knowledge you gave me for that paper. And I just thank you all so very much. I appreciate both of you so very, very much. God bless you both. Keep doing what you're doing. You're making a difference. You're making a difference. And even though it may not be said every day, and though it may not be said every week, sometimes I'll send Kim just a note to let her know I appreciate her or something, you know. But if you don't hear that all the time, hold on to this today and know that you are loved and you are appreciated by your colleagues, your peers. We love you and thank God for you. Keep up the good work. Bless you.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you so much. I'm going to go to D'Angelo, who is one of our labor partners. My favorite thing to call him our labor partner. And D'Angelo, I want you to talk to us and talk to those that are viewing on Twitch TV, YouTube events, Facebook, and LinkedIn Live about your relationship and interactions with Valerie Covert.
All right. I appreciate, first of all, I appreciate the invite, Marcus. I just want to say to be able to sit across the table from people and respect them, not from the position, but for the person, because it's not the position that makes the person makes the position. And if you don't mind, I would like to say something about Kim Hall Wagner. Is that okay?
Go ahead.
I remember meeting Kim for the very first time. She was so quick-witted, she's very sharp, she's compassionate. She's very blunt about certain things. And I remember just admiring the way she carried herself, not just as a professional, but as a Black woman of excellence. I really appreciated that about her. I love how she interacts with her family. I look at it, I don't want to always look at things from a work relationship, but I look at how people treat their family. I just want to tell you that I admire the way you love on your family. That goes to new heights for me. And that makes it easy to be a labor partner, as Marcus describes it. And so I just want to let you know that you are an amazing leader. I've watched you from afar with some adversity that you don't even know that I know. And so the way you handle it with a lot of grace and professionalism. So I just want to make sure I tell you that I appreciate watching what you do. If I would have a couple of role models that my daughters can look up to, it would definitely be you and Valerie Colbert. And I just want to also weigh that. I just want to make sure that you know that, and you hear from my mouth.
Thank you so much, D'Angelo. Thank you.
You're welcome. You are so welcome. Where do I start with Valerie? A wise man said that, if you do what others want, God will fix it.
Fix it, that you can do what others can't.
Others can't.
That's right.
And so she taught me that. Her dad taught her that. She passed that on to me, and she embodies that. From a person who watches her, John Maxwell said this. He said, influence is, he says, leadership is about influence, nothing more and nothing less. Your leadership, you influence the room. She commands the room. When she walks in, she commands the room. And so I had to learn that the hard way. But as time went on, I developed such a respect for her. Valerie, many people are not going to like a couple of things I might say, but I'm going to be honest, Marcus. Valerie is a staple that is holding the city of Detroit together. I want people who catching this, it may be labor partners, it could be people on either side. She's a staple, and she stands as the true director of labor relations. I'll take the hit for that. But I just will tell you, just watching her handle everything with grace and dignity, and some of the things that she's went through and adversity and how she's still standing. Reminds me of the story of Antoine Fisher. He says, out of all the things that I've been through, I'm still standing. And she's still standing. And the reason that she's still standing is because when God positions you, nobody can take you down. Because God will do some things in your life that will, he said, he uses the foolish things to confound the wise.
Right.
Tell you, Val, I am so proud of you, of the woman that you are, the mother that you are. I love what you do with Erase. She is such a brilliant young lady, and all that you put into her, I just want to say I appreciate it. Watching it, and people don't understand this, but Valerie Colbert Olsenwede is my friend, and she never jeopardizes her integrity with my friendship. She's going to tell me, D'Angelo, there are some things that you're going to have to fight for. She'll tell me that. Then she will tell me, hey, there are some things that you have to look inside yourself and understand and accept the harsh reality that certain things are not what they appear to be. And so I just want to say, I thank you. I've grown as a person. I've grown as a man from my relationship with Valerie. And so, Marcus, I just want to tell you, man, I appreciate this opportunity. Val, they say in tennis, it's an old proverb that said in tennis, the person who serves seldom loses. You serve well. You serve the community. You serve the citizens of this city. There are some people who would not be employed if it wasn't for you, and they don't even know behind the scenes. And as much, my mother-in-law says, a heap see, but only a few know. I know what you have for the city of Detroit. I know the respect that you have for the citizens of the city of Detroit. And I just want to say thank you for what you do. I want to give you your flowers. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, but happy Mother's Day to you, Valerie. I love you. You already know that. My son loves Val. He goes to bed at night praying for Valerie. It's wow. But I just want to tell you, thank you, Val.
Thank you.
And thank you, D'Angelo. Val, I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm only going to add that among all the things that have been said, you are a confidant for sure. And I have enjoyed coming down to talk to you at the end of the day, stopping by Anita's to get chocolate, but coming to you at the end of the day and thinking we were going to talk for 10 minutes and talking for a lot longer. And I appreciate the times that you've challenged me to say, okay, that's what you're thinking, but could it be this? Could it be you? Could you do it differently? And those times, akin to what D'Angelo says, have helped to shape how I might navigate forward. And so I am so appreciative of that. And it just wouldn't be National Public Service Recognition Week if I couldn't shout out you and Kim. I might be biased because I love you, But aside from that love, we all see your record, and your record is sure that you care for people, you vote for the underdog, you collaborate across functions, across unions, across opportunities, you're staple and glued to help human resources and labor relations continue to thrive. And we're just proud to be colleagues and members of your team. So having said that, Val, I'll turn it over to you.
I am overwhelmed. I am truly overwhelmed. You did say it right, Marcus. I don't usually pat myself on the back, and I'm not looking for accolades. I do the things that I do because I really love what I do. And I would have to love what I do to be here as long as I've been here. Before I say anything else, I do want to shout out to my beautiful little sister. And I call her my little sister, my colleague, my friend. She's a mentor to me too. I always tell her she keeps me young and thinking and, you know, a little bit tech savvy, and that's saying a lot. And it's Kim Hall Wagner. I love this woman. I respect her. I don't even have words to express how I feel about Kimberly Hall Wagner. I think she is a phenomenal leader. I love the way she thinks. I love her compassionate heart. Sometimes I have to tell her you're being too compassionate sometimes, but you know, that is her makeup. And I just appreciate all of that she brings to the job. I think that she is a mentor to many more than she thinks she is. My daughter loves her. I could go on and on and on about Kim Hall Wagner and how she encourages me to even go further than what I think I can do sometimes. And I appreciate that. Everybody needs to be encouraged to think outside the box and to just continue to strive for excellence and to continue to strive to do more than what you think you really can do. And I do get that from Kim Hall Wagner often. So I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone on this call. I'm surprised. And so you got me, Marcus. You definitely got me on that. I'm going to circle back around to something that D'Angelo said. And it is something that my father said all the time. And I do appreciate D'Angelo always giving credit to my father for that quote. And he always did say, he said, if you will do the things that others won't, God will see to it that you will do the things that others can't. And he meant that in the spiritual sense and the natural sense. And he was a testament to that my entire life. And so I've always taken that with me. I have a quote. I'm taking it off my wall, so you don't think I'm just making it up. And I read this. It's not a quote, but it's a prayer that I read every day before I start my day. And it says, Lord, grant me wisdom to speak only the things that edify, encourage, motivate, inspire, and uplift others to the glory and honor of the name of Jesus. And I say that every day. And so if that is a prayer that is being manifested in what I do every day and how I interact with you every day, to God be the glory. And I'm glad that I can do it. And I'm pleased that the Lord has put me in a place where I can, in fact, touch lives and change lives, change thinking. And I love the city of Detroit. I love public service. I could go on and on and on. You all know I'm a storyteller and I love to talk and I love to read. All of those things are true. And if you give me a chance, I'll have you sitting down for 20 minutes as opposed to 10. So I know we're approaching the time here. And, you know, my father was a preacher. He used to say, just give me 3 more minutes all the time. But I won't ask for 3-4 minutes. I thank everyone on this team, on this call, that took the time out of their day to honor me. And I am touched and I am honored by your words. And I just continue to hope to be able to strive to be all of the things that you have said that I embody for you. And I hope to do that until I retire. So, and I don't know when that's going to be until I retire. So thank you so very much.
So that's where you get it from your dad, those extra minutes. Well, thank you, Dad, because some of those extra minutes have helped us to not do some things we were thinking and do some things that we weren't thinking about. So thank you. Honor to your dad for that extra gift and extra 10 minutes. And for me, sometimes an extra hour, because I say, wait, Val, say that one more time. And so thank you for that. I'm going to be using this content, of course, in another purpose, right? Because we have people who are looking for meaningful work, right? The statistics say 4.5 million people left their jobs in March. And so they didn't leave the workforce, they're looking for other jobs. And so before I let you go, especially Val and Kim, what would you say, and if Anita is still on, because I think Anita has a lot of years as well, or anybody who wants to say something quickly, what would you say about someone who might be on the fence? Because sometimes public service gets a bad rap. But as anybody who has watched today, there are some passionate, committed, brilliant people in public service. And so what would you say to someone who is considering public service as an opportunity or a career path?
So I think of three things. And the first is a culture. You would be surrounded by people like that's on this call who really have a passion for doing things to help others, doing what's right, doing what's fair, and doing what's just. And I think everybody, certain in HR, feels that way about the work that we do. And so to be immersed in a culture such as that is different than private industry. So I think that's one. The other is that, you know, working for the city of Detroit as a public servant, you're able to cross industries. I mean, you can go from a transportation industry to a financial industry in our finance department, or you can learn skilled trades. You can be a nurse, and you can start off as a clerk and work your way up to a director. And so there's some security in that and being able to grow and to potentially, you know, work where you live. It's something, it's a phenomenon, really. It's a very unique attribute that I don't think a lot of people get to experience. And then it's just been a joy for me. I can't remember what the third one was, but culture and industry, I think, and the ability to grow within an organization is really key.
Okay. And Val, just before you close it, I'm going to go to Joseph. He raised his hand. So since he's new in, I want to get him in to share his.
Okay, so I come from a private industry. I worked for one of the top 10 Fortune 500 companies for almost 18 years before I came to city of Detroit. But I can tell you, the top 10 Fortune 500 company did not have anything close to not even 25% of the processes, of the procedures, of the highly well-methored way we do things in city of Detroit. The opportunities, like Kim said, are tremendous. It's incredible. It's up to you where you want to take it, and you meet with people who are well-versed, who are highly regarded, who are highly educated. This is a amalgamation of incredible talent.
Wow, I'm gonna have to write that down. That's pretty good. Say that again. I'm gonna do like a new Val, Joseph. Write it down. Say it one more time. All right. I'm gonna go to Anita. Hands are raising, so Val, I'm gonna close with you wherever we get to close. But Anita's raised her hand, and anybody else.
Hi, Marcus and everyone. I would like to agree with Kim. When I started my career with the city of Detroit, I started as an accountant in the finance department. 10 years later, I was the accountant for the benefits department. And then I was recognized by one of our former great employees, Barbara Wise Johnson, and she asked me to come and work in labor relations. And I told her, I said, I don't know anything about labor. She said, you will learn. I came to labor relations. I love labor relations. I love working with people. I love helping people whenever I can. And she's right, I did learn. Also, I forgot my train of thought, but I just really wanted to let you know that I really do love working for the city. Oh, and I know what I wanted to say. So I find sometimes when people need help and you may be hesitant to help them, I found that when I help people, I always learn. And so, you know, public servants, sometimes you may think it's a thankless job, but whenever you help someone, whenever you do research, you're learning something new. And, you know, you could put that in your back pocket to help you grow and go forward.
Thank you for that. And before I close it out with Val, did anybody else raise their hand? I want to make sure I didn't. Okay, very good. Val?
I can only really echo what's been said, but for me, I don't think I would be the well-rounded professional that I am had I not been working for the city of Detroit. Because I started off as a junior, when they didn't even have that title anymore, junior assistant corporation counsel. And I didn't know anything, okay? And so what I loved about the city and still love about the city is I had a lot of people that collaborated with me, that mentor me. And I don't mean just in my department, I mean across the city. And they taught me what public service was all about. And so I would just say that for me, one of the greatest thing about working for the city of Detroit, of course, is the opportunity to do so many different things in so many different areas and to meet so many different people with skill sets and experiences that all can be poured into you and make you into a very unique commodity, so to speak. And so, but it is nothing better than when you've worked on a project and I can remember a litigation we had and we were getting the brand new handicap buses, okay? And when I saw those on the street, I was like, oh my God, I helped to make that happen. And so those are the kinds of things that, you know, really inspire you because you really are impacting citizens' lives, all of that in the things that you do. You think that you are the small nugget in this wheel or cog in this wheel, and sometimes you are, but it all works together to bring forth service and to our citizens. And ultimately, I have the greatest respect for all of the people that I work for who endure, who stay, who say how much they love public service, because the city of Detroit would not be what it is without dedicated public servants, without people who want to give to people, whether you're here 30 years or you decide you're going to go after 5 years. If you have been sincere in your effort, you have made an impact in this place. So I would just say, come on, you know, the water is great. And I would just say that you will never be the same if you really put your mind to achieving or put your mind to receiving what you can from everyone that works in the city of Detroit.
That is awesome. And again, I want to thank you all, especially Valerie Colbert, Osunwady, I always mispronounce it, Kimberly Hall Wagner, D'Angelo Malcolm, Beverly McMeekins, Anita Ellsworth, Anita Berry, Mulaney Edwards, Joseph Shine, Sheila Harrison. A special shout out to you for getting those folks here for me, and Linda Alexander. Happy National Public Service Recognition Week. If you're looking for a place where there is mentoring, culture, learning, good chocolates, if you know Anita Berry, so you find her when you join the city, great labor management relations, and everything in between, you should consider the city of Detroit as an opportunity. It is a great place to work. I am one of those that thought I would stay for 5 years, and it's almost 20. And so it's going in a book. That's how great it is. I'm going to write about it in a book. And I want you to be a part of the chapter. Join us here with the city of Detroit. You can apply at www.detroitmi.gov. Everybody have a grateful Friday and weekend. And thank you so much for joining us.
You too.